When I first got into recovery, I was seeing a therapist twice a week for about 2 years. And to say this man changed my life would be an understatement. He taught me about trauma. He taught me about abandonment. And what I realized is I had a lot of those issues. When I tell my story in the long version, and then I have an hour, I talk about the fact that I had a hole in my soul, okay? And football initially filled it until I got to University of Georgia and I discovered alcohol, and then alcohol filled it, okay? And so then I was able to fill it all the time because I was either always at practice or always out, raising what. And so the void was filled temporarily. It's not a consistent thing like what I found in recovery, okay? And so for a very long time, I was stuffing it with money, with drugs, with women. I mean, you name it, I was stuffing it with a lot of different stuff. I don't really like the taste of beer or liquor, but they made I think they just re-released it. It was called Zima, and it was like 0.6 alcohol. And I remember, high school parking lot, I'd line up 6 Zima bottles, and I would drink them in a minute and a half. And that's not normal. That's not someone who just has a couple drinks to try to relax. And so it was medication from day one. I had a lot of trauma. I forgave my dad 10 years ago, but I hadn't got brave enough yet to forgive my dad. Like, look him in the eye and forgive him, until this past February. I said, Mama, don't leave. I said, I got some business I need to handle, and I want you to witness it. And I said, Daddy, I said, when you picked my sister up by the throat and her feet were dangling, and I'm hitting on you, I said, you messed me up. You messed me up, man. I said, Daddy, when you said I disrespected Mom, and you called me out on the porch, and you hit me to the ground, you hit me with your open hand to the ground. I said, you messed me up. I said, but I want you to know I forgive you. And I said, I don't want to carry that anymore, and you don't deserve to carry it anymore either. And it was the most freeing moment. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen. But boy, it's like, why did it happen 10 years ago? It was really hard when I tracked down my biological father. And it was very conflicting. The family was like, well, why would you do that? Because I needed answers. I wanted to know what he looked like. And I got those answers. That Father's Day, we were sitting in the car, and this man said, my whole life I thought you were going to track me down and hurt me. I said, if we both die on the way home, you're a great man, and I love you. Forgiveness is the greatest thing we can do, and it's really sad a lot of people walk around with resentments. They just can't own up to the fact that it's okay. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm sorry. My life is more abundant than I ever dreamed it would be. Way more abundant than 6 years I played in the National Football League. I remember when I got sober, and all of a sudden, I had this out-of-body experience, and I'm outside the car floating on the interstate, and I'm looking into me driving this Corolla, and a year ago, I was driving my Navigator with the $15,000 stereo system in it, and this Corolla didn't even cost $15,000. And I'm driving over to go wake up some men that were living at our facility. And to me, If that description can't help people understand what a spiritual experience feels like, you know, I mean, a year prior to that, I had 3 cell phones, pocket full of money. No reason to have 3 cell phones, you know, but that was the kind of lifestyle I was living. That's the most difficult thing that guys go through, you know, is what's my identity and what's my purpose? And that's the beautiful thing for me, is recovery allowed me to have purpose.